Hey guys, well, this very room that I'm sitting should tell you how busy we are hiring and how busy at what fix the teams are growing. I'm sitting right next to a server room. I mean, the door to the server room is right behind me. You guys can see that, right? So it's a busy time here. Having said that, this video I wanted to make it a bit different. I've been reading a lot about behavioral psychology, right? And you can see that in a lot of my previous posts as well. So this one is a special one. Since it's a Friday, a lot of you might have gone out for your team lunches. Maybe you have a team dinner or a pub hopping happening in the evening, and there's a weekend coming. So I wanted to tell you that every time you step into a restaurant, right, your brain is being hacked. Now you wonder how is that even possible? So here's the thing. So let's start with I'm going to talk about three different hacks that the modern restaurants today do to influence you into purchasing or behaving or eating the way they want you to. The first one is this one. Listen to this. This is your typical menu here. Right? Minced mint, crushed mint, mashed potatoes with oriental spices. Now you're already salivating, aren't you? Well, that's an explanation for an Indian snack called pani puri, right? And this is a typical explanation in a restaurant that you go. And this is how they explain it, right? Mashed potatoes with minced mint, crushed mint, right? Added oriental spices. Now that already makes you want to eat this dish. This is exactly a hack. The more the adjectives you use in explaining, in firing your user's imagination, the more they are liable to order that food. And this is a total hack, very visible. Next time you are at a restaurant, look at the menu, and if you have such experiences, maybe just comment and let me know. The second important hack that a lot of restaurants do these days is skip the currency sign, right? If you're in a restaurant, you would notice that some of these restaurants don't add the currency before prefixed before the number. Maybe you're eating a pizza, right? And maybe the pizza costs $20. They would skip the dollar sign, they would just mention 20. Maybe you see the list of items, there is no dollar sign next to any item. And why would anyone do that? See, there are enough studies that say that the moment you prefix a currency sign next to the food item, you basically are making your user conscious of the price they're going to pay for that particular food item. You skip the currency sign, you have had a hack. Your users are more prone subconsciously to go purchase that food item. And the third one is the most interesting one. Has it ever happened to you that you were at a buffet, you got a lot of food, you ate a lot, and an hour down the line you felt hungry again? It's happened so many times to me that we go out for team lunches and we are at these buffet counters. I think I've eaten a lot, and a couple of hours down the line, I feel already hungry. Turns out, all this time, this was one of the best hacks out there. But this is what the restaurants do, right? At the buffet counter, uh, they use a very beautiful illusion called Delboeuf Illusion. Now, basically, Delboeuf Illusion says that two identical circles, right, two concentric circles, right, when placed to each other in close proximity, that is how you look at the amount of food. Fundamentally, this is what it comes down to, right? The amount of food in your plate is basically a circle, right? And you compare this with the outer ring of the circle of the plate and assume what is the quantity of food inside. So this what happens at the buffet counters. They serve your food in smaller plates and you put on the food and you think the food is already reaching the rim, the edges of the plate. So you think that you're eating a plate full. But had the same quantity of food been served in a larger plate, you compare the circle of the food, the edge of the food in your plate with the edge of the corners of the plate, right? Food, the boundary of the food is compared with the edges of the plate. And there is a huge gap between that. And you think you're not eating enough. This exact illusion is what the buffet counters use. They keep smaller plates so you feel that you're eating large enough. So remember this hack the next time you are at a buffet counter, go take a second serving, a third serving, and if that's a dessert, fourth serving, if you and me. So yeah, these are three beautiful illusions, and this is not the end of it. I have a few more illusions and a few more hacks that I want to talk in the next video. For now, I think this helps. And since it's a Friday, you guys are gonna go pub hopping. Remember, if one of your friends says this, "Maga neenu kudita illa," that's the local Kannada's version of saying, "My friend, you're not drinking enough." If your friend says in Hindi, "Bhai tu pee nahi raha," again, my friend, you're not drinking enough. That's again a hack. You're being coerced into believing that you're not drinking enough by the kind of glasses you're served in. Another hack, I'd like to speak that about that in detail in my next video. Until then, it's a pleasure. My name is Rajesh Buttar. I'm your friendly neighborhood sales ops guy. See you in the next video.